Hey, welcome to the Old Computer Museum channel, and this is a Commodore 64 game called Airborne Ranger. Airborne Ranger is a video game that was developed and released by Microprose in 1987. This game is a for its era, relatively realistic action game in which a sole US Army Ranger is sent to infiltrate enemy territory to complete various objectives. So this is a game from 1987 up to 1989. There were several release dates depending on what platform you were using. And it's available for the Amiga, the Amstrad CPC, the Atari ST, Commodore 64, MS-DOS, and ZX Spectrum. It's a single-player stealth flight and shoot 'em game, or so. We'll call it a mix of all of that. So you can assign a practice ranger, a veteran ranger, or a new roster disk format, a new roster diskette, because you can save whatever missions you're doing. So we'll try assign a practice ranger, and then you got various missions that you can try. For example, destroy a munition depot, steal a code book, disable enemy aircraft, capture an enemy officer, and you see at the upper right it says the challenge level of each of the missions. It's funny because the first mission, destroy a munition depot, is at level 2 and not 1. I would have, put it in order or something. So let's try steal a code book. And here you can vary your difficulty level. So if you find that the easy is too easy, you can of course start up. Gameplay consists of several missions in which the player controls a sole ranger whose objectives include killing an enemy officer, destroying an enemy bunker, taking out a SAM site, rescuing a captured prisoner of war. At the start of each mission, the player is presented with a short overview of the mission, and he can select a ranger from a roster of available soldiers. The player is then in control of an aircraft described as a V-22 Osprey, and is allowed to drop 3 ammo crates over the enemy territory. Once these containers are dropped, the ranger is parachuted into the area. Upon touchdown, the player has to overcome several obstacles, including enemy soldiers and officers, minefields, foxholes, and bunkers. So you got limited ammunition, so the player needs to plan his path through the territory. What's nice about the game when you had the original one is that there was a booklet in the game. The manual would mimic the field manual of US Army. Of the US Army, and so it brings a number of code. So it's really, they're trying to put as realistic as possible the game here. Let me show you. This was the official box in which the game came in. So when you bought the game, you would get this nice little box, and of course the field manual that was inside. That's pretty cool. So here you see, steal a code book, infiltrate an enemy headquarters area, find a communications post, and move next to steal the code book. Enemy units are expecting trouble. So this is a temperate mission. So you memorize, you have to get the code book. And so here, it's a 2-disc game. So if you want to try it, it is a 2D64 for the Commodore 64. Let's put side B up, and there we go. As you see, this is an emulation on the on Windows 7 with CCS64 emulator. And here goes. So here it always starts with, you've got to deploy stuff. Once you've deployed your 3 ammo, you've got to try to remember the map, how it is. And here we get parachuted at the bottom. You see the mines, you see all the information needed is here. So you can see the mines. And then you'll be into a 2D type environment going through. And here we go. So you got to be careful not to get killed here. So you see there are enemies that you gotta be careful and watch. So all around you people can and here goes. So basically I just died. So I've played this game when I had my Commodore 64, and we'll try another one here. Let's go to the capture an enemy officer. And I've never really enjoyed this game that much. Maybe if you like military stuff, that could be something interesting, but personally I never really got to playing this game and really enjoying it. Maybe one of the things for sure is I didn't have the manuals and everything. Maybe you know, when you get the box and the real field manual and all, you feel like you have something, you know, cool. But honestly, I've never really enjoyed. And so unless you like military stuff, maybe some people did like it. If you're watching this video and you enjoyed this game, let me know. I wanna hear from you. Maybe you didn't like the game. Like, I'm not really fond of it. I understand the missions and the stuff that you have to do, but personally I find it, even that easy, in the easy mode, it's just too hard. At least they could have given us, you know, an easy mode that's really easy, and if you need more, then we'll see. So as you advance, you look through the different areas, but you see here it's kind of difficult to understand why I died, for example. So I personally give Airborne Ranger a score of about 5 out of 10. I've never really, you know, had fun playing this game, and it's not one of those cool games actually. I don't really find that this is a good game for the Commodore 64. So I would be curious to see though, maybe on other versions, for example the Amiga version or the Atari ST version. That might be interesting to see though, because maybe in the Atari ST version something's different and it's nice, you know. But with better graphics and better gameplay, maybe it could be nice. Or the Amiga version. I would like to see the Amiga, especially because the Amiga performs quite well on the graphics department. So this is Airborne Ranger. This is a Commodore 64 version of Airborne Ranger, and if you enjoy the look at old games, emulation stuff, gameplay of old games, well, click the subscribe button and you'll be informed when new videos are online. some nice cool comments regularly from users that, you know, came across the channel and see a game that they played when they were younger and just find it so cool that they could actually see a game and have, you know, fun watching someone that actually played a game they were playing when they were young. And it reminds them so much, you know, lots of memories associated with these old games and old computers. So, and if you have any comments, questions about this game or any other video I have online, or maybe you have a request of a game that you'd like to see, let us know. Any console or whatever, we'll try to do something about it. And if you have any, if you like these videos and like old stuff, take a look at our other videos. We have real machines like the Atari ST and the Amiga 500, but we have emulation stuff with Atari 2600, Commodore 64, Super Nintendo, and we'll have more and more as time goes by. So, and we'll try to get more real machines also. I would really like to have some of those real old machines. It's for some reason much more fun to play the actual games on the actual machine than an emulation. But emulation will still be a good part, a big part of what we do on our channel. So hope you enjoy our videos and hope you come back to the Old Computer Museum. Bye bye.